Stream Elements said the Busy Builder is now live. Streaming art, Robbie the Robot movie poster version.
Hello. It is Monday. I realized I don't have smoke. Anyway, I can live without it. Hey Alex, how you doing? Everything go okay with the interview the other day? Hope it did. good enough for a base coat on there. So I think I've decided on this. I'm not going to go for the exact look, but I'm going to add highlights similar to the movie poster look that it's got. So I'm going to put some purple on it in areas, other things like that. We're gonna mess around with this and try and make it look like that. Come on. There we go. Ah. Who's down here? Hi, Frankie. Did you bring me your puff? Or did you leave it down here somewhere? Where's your puff? I can't play fetch without the puff. So I think next we're going to get the figure taken care of as much as possible. And the robot finished up as much as possible. And then go in with the different color paints and start posterizing it, for lack of a better term. I just hope I can make it look good. Nice. Hey, if they pay for training, then so much the better. And my wife helped me out with something the other night, so I've got a 16th scale M113A2 on the way. Now I just need someone who's not using the TACOM figure to help me out. Okay, so get the rust over here. This sounds weird. Her dress is supposed to be gold, like a golden metallic. I'm gonna start with copper, and hopefully it'll show why when I'm done. Just taking care of some of the rougher sanding areas. This is another one of those kits I've been picking up and putting down and picking up and putting down. January's Humvee is also on the way today. So, well, we got this one. And then we got this one. And now I'm getting the red T Bushmaster version. So, how can I hold this? There we go. Okay. So they're on the way. Because I was kind of given the idea from the movie poster, but I want to do the shadows in copper and then put gold over to highlight it. Kind of like similar to how you do a flesh tone, but not exactly. The hardest part is going to be the purple on the robot, and what makes it weird... Hey Aries, you don't see this carry on to the girl. But that's what I'm going to try and copy.
A7DK said black painted ambulance from the Rock. Hi hi.
Oh, that wasn't an ambulance. That was a civilian H1. The one where the guy's calling him, "Give me back my Humvee." He's like, "What's a Humvee?" That was actually one of the first appearances on screen of the civilian model. There have been others out there, but it's one of the first I can remember. How's it going? We got everybody on YouTube today, which is good. I want YouTube to grow. Which, I don't know if any of you are following what's been going on at TwitchCon lately and with some of the crap they've been pulling. And I know I've been talking about it, but I am seriously considering shutting down the Twitch site. Allie? Really? The Twitch side of things, because I really don't want to take part in a company that allows the shit that's been happening to happen. I know, a lot of you are going to say, my prerogative, my priority, do what I want. The problem is, Kick and YouTube haven't grown up to displace that yet. No, this is very early for this girl. You guys, you're wigging out my camera. Stop it. That only works on Twitch. Allie, now is really not the time for this. I'm airbrushing metallics, and I really don't need you getting those. I gotta get you down, girl. Hey, come on. Come on. Come here. I got wet paint, and I'm spraying. Maybe when I get back to brushing, we can have you come up, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know you don't want to be picked up. Yeah, get out, good girl. She's a good girl. We're used to her little antics by now. So I want to get the metallics out of the way so when I start doing the flesh tones on her legs, I don't screw that up. No, I don't think we'll do that. Oh, there's Frank. Sorry, I'm still recovering from whatever the fuck that was on Friday, which continued to hit me Saturday and Sunday. Just sinus pressure problems, headaches, just everything hurt. Everything was setting me off. It just wasn't a good day. I spent the rest of that day just... I really didn't do anything that day. I basically just shut down. Okay. Shake the gold for a bit. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie or sugarcoat it. Friday was not a good day for me. And I still feel kind of weird in the head too about it, so get this out of the way. It's the only difficulty about letting these paints sit on their side in the little rack that I've got is you gotta shake them up really well. Let's see if I can make this idea work. The other issue is the gold seems rather thin compared to the copper in terms of the tone when it lays down. I think I'll leave it like that. You can kind of see both tones in there. Just putting some air over it. I want to do more gold right up in here. Well, if we run into a stopping point on this, I've got this character to paint up too. I think I've got this planned out in a way it should keep us thoroughly busy. Yeah, if you look up the price of this kit now, it's astronomical. About 2 years ago, my wife was at a local thrift store and found it for like 25 bucks.
At Joel 4166 said few. Hello. Just got in. Perfect timing. Grinning face with sweat emoji.
Yeah, you're near the beginning. And I put the Bushmaster on order today too. Since it's yeah. See, brain's still not working right. It's going to be January's Humvee unless something else occurs. Probably next payday, though. I've got to order 2 sets of the Panzer Art or the AEF Designs Goodyear Wrangler RT2s for the Stinger Humvee and the Tamiya one. I could print out the files for the other ones for the Stinger one, because it's a complete what if anyway. And with the winch on the front, it could easily have the slightly more aggressive wheels. But I want to try to keep everything period correct. So for the Bushmaster, if you want the right tires, you'll have to get some of the resin ones. I can't find a source for files for the Wranglers on those. Okay, we got Jesus Velasco and Jesus Velasco. Which one is it? And thank you for the follow. Just making sure I got... There are, and by February or March we might be delving into those territories, simply because I'm running out of... Hey Frank. I'm running out of unique one-off Humvee builds. So if I want to keep them interesting, I'd basically have to order like the ICM basic Humvee and then get the Israeli tow missile kit for it, or start going into things like the IDF or the Moroccan ones or the Danish ones. But we'll deal with that as we come across it. Okay, that is gold, rust, copper out of the way. Gonna underlay the skin with some brown rose. Yeah, her eyes are closed. But yeah, once you start looking, there's a lot of shit out there for Humvee models. As I start getting into the more current ones, because right now I'm starting with a lot of the earlier ones anyway. I'll have to order less. Like, for the 1151, I'm probably going to buy the files that you link to initially, because those are the correct pattern wheels for it. Where the other Humvee tires he has is what you'd want to use on more standard fleet Humvees. Okay, there's that. I could have sworn I had a skin tone out as well. You okay, Frank? I could have sworn I had a light skin tone out too. I don't remember. I was making sure it hadn't got knocked onto the floor. And for those wondering where this figure is from, if you haven't seen the movie Forbidden Planet, please go watch it. But the ICM, or even the Revell Reeboks of the ICM kit, would probably be the best way to go moving forward. Hey Rat Pack, how you doing?
Looks like
Rat Pack Norway, thank you for the resub. How you doing? Can you throw up a link for that? Because that might be the IDF one, if I remember correctly. I just gotta find one that's priced right. Because when I went looking for the Bushmaster today, some of the ones that I had been watching had sold. I found one for 45 bucks, which, to me, that's an okay price for one, considering all the rest were going for 150 and up. But yeah, throw a link to that other one up. The ICM kit is very good. Like almost every other Humvee kit on the market, though, it does not come with enough of an engine for you to open the hood. It comes with more of an engine than others come with, but still not enough to open the hood. Okay, so this is the one going around behind the back. And one of these times I would like to do an open hood Humvee. I think if I do, it will be the Bronco kit, because I believe it does come with the engine, from everything I've seen. And if I don't have to spend 40 bucks for a lump of resin, then I don't want to spend 40 bucks for a lump of resin. The ICM kit will get you a good 998 straight out of the box. Yeah, Rat Pack. You discovered my channel just before the disease that shall not be mentioned on YouTube kicked in. Crazy how time flies. I've been doing this for 8 years and I ain't grown for shit in 2 until now. No, I appreciate everybody who's come in recently. Lets me know that I am probably finding my proper audience now. But like I was saying before, with the current goings-on on Twitch and what they're allowing and their hypocrisy, I am really thinking of shutting down Twitch and moving everything to Kick. Kick's already set up the same way, you know? I just need people to go from Twitch to Kick with me, if they haven't already. But I can't make you guys do that. But if... well, they're allowing certain individuals to get away with stuff that you or I would be banned for life for. They've basically made it known that they don't appreciate people like myself by the things that they're allowing to be said, and the people they're allowing to represent their channel. So, every time something happens, I move a little closer to saying, well, you know what? Fuck you too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying there, is I was able to snag one for 45, which seemed reasonable at today's monies. And I know it seems petty, but I don't want Twitch to earn money off of my channel if this is the kind of behavior they're going to allow, and the kind of anti-veteran sentiment they're going to allow to go unpunished. That would be the same as me making a racist comment. You know, saying I don't like a certain group of people and I hope they all have pain. No, that doesn't work that way.
FP Models 2 to 26, which is really buggering their platform. I was had to put a channel up that now.
And then there was a streamer who had a meet and greet at TwitchCon over the weekend that got assaulted there, and they're putting the blame on her. And it's like, wow, you know. Then there's the dude that shocked his dog live on stream. I mean, what is this fucking business coming to? I mean, Elon Musk has called them out. They've refused to go before Senate for investigation. And this isn't all just hyperbole. This is legit shit you can look up. And any one of these things would have had my channel banned for life. But because of the orientation of the people who are saying and doing these things, they're not batting an eye. That's why I don't really do much on YouTube, Rat Pack. Or not YouTube, on... No, YouTube I don't see that shit. Which is weird. Facebook is where I see that shit. YouTube... It has its issues, but at the same time... Sometimes the dye permeates soft tissue. Yeah. No, what's worse is Facebook. Like, you know, you're doom scrolling before bed, trying to wear your brain out kind of shit, right? And, like, you go into your Facebook Reels or Shorts. The way to keep that from happening is don't watch it, or report it, block it, do whatever you can. On Facebook, though, in order to get into your shorts and reels, you know, your short form viewing stuff, you know, it's almost like it's roadblocked in that, you know, you don't search out all these, you know, women and short clothing or painted on bikinis and shit, right? But unfortunately, to get into your short form content, you have to click on one of those to get the scroll going. There you go, John. Work on it. But in order to get to your short form content, you've got to go through their crap that you didn't even ask for. And if you block it, it doesn't matter. That creator has 3 more channels with subtly different names each time. You know? No, we're talking about just the way Facebook and YouTube and shit do stuff. YouTube has its issues, but of all the services, Kick and YouTube are probably the most hassle-free. Rat Pack, I'm multi-streaming on YouTube and Kick right now. I'm on all 3. So you see the chat in the window? If it's red, it's YouTube. If it's green, it's Kick. Unfortunately, there's nobody really on Kick. Yeah. I've only got 23 followers on there. Which, you know, it's fine. But I'd like to get more on there than... So on mine, I'm kind of doing a mix between movie character, how it would look, and movie poster. So I won't be going as deep into the poster look, but I'll be bringing some of the lighting into it. So I'll shoot some purples and stuff.
Kick were meant for those bathtub streamers. Haven't seen instances that were a thing.
That's just it. I don't see that on Kick. I see that on Twitch. I see the bikini and bathtub streamers on Kick. Or not on Kick, on Twitch.
At our studios said BRB, gonna heat up some food. At Leo2A7DK said saw one of my close friends
Yeah.
Saturday. He had bought some new sneakers. Sunday on opening Google, I had a quick thing to Adidas. Never search for it. Aj. Ratpack_Norway said all the better. Stream Element said check out my YouTube page out.
But yeah, I leave it up to you guys where you want to follow and subscribe and when.
At Theomato Student 26, which is just a nipple.
Just know that going forward, if you're already established on Twitch, then that's fine. I'm not going to force you to go to Kick.
Ratpack_Norway said I'm just working on my Titan. 40K.
Oh, nice.
Disappointed that it's so damn tiny.
Have you heard the latest rumors, Rat Pack? Games Workshop has a plastic Warhound Mars pattern ready to go. Not that I want to give them any money, but damn.
Ratpack_Norway said I'm not happy with them.
But all I know is between Twitch and Kick, I'd rather you guys support Kick. They take less of the sub funding too. So subbing there is actually more beneficial than on Twitch.
At Theomato Student 20 said I'd push your channel online because I believe in what you do here. It's a great source of input and a sweet hangout.
And that's what I try and be. And I know I don't always come across the best way. But we all have our ups and downs. Come on, I just had you spray.
Norway said my Titan are from there, and had I known, I wouldn't buy, cause they make micro size on those big guys. The Titan isn't bigger than my Dreadnought.
Well, you bought the epic scale game, that's why. The Titan itself is supposed to be, depending on which Titan it is, if it was in game scale with like the Marines and the Dreadnought, it would be at least a foot to a foot and a half tall, right? What the I'm really getting ticked off at this.
At Georgia Davis 7629 said down, you're on early.
I know, George.
Ratpack_Norway said you. I didn't know that in the sale page said it was bigger and even with moving joints.
Link me to that page. You may have bought the wrong thing. Why are we having difficulties?
At Leo2A7DK said I don't care which platform I am watching you on. No offense. Just like the time being here. What's better for you is up to you. Right. At Theomato Student 20 said I'll sub on Kick, just found ya, I don't have an account yet. I'll get signed up. Ratpack_Norway said you wouldn't understand. It's in Norwegian, and after my
Ah.
they changed it.
Yeah, I think you just caught somebody in a lie, Rat Pack. And I would understand it. There's a conversion on my computer to translate languages, so I can read the odd gobbledygook you call Norwegian very well. Well, I understand a lot of you are basically just following where you found me, and that's fine. But I'm just letting you know that if the trend on Twitch continues as it is, I will probably not be on Twitch past the beginning of the new year. How's that? I'll still be on YouTube, and I'll still be on Kick. But depending on what happens in the next couple months, because of congressional hearings and stuff like that, the path that Twitch chooses might be its own undoing for a lot of people. Did I not thin this out enough? I should have used my pre-mixed flesh tone. Yes, I know the moon speak. That's better. Okay. Now so it sprays fine on the paper towel. Then when I go to spray it on the part, it doesn't. So let's see what happens. Oh, hey, look at that. And I'm not going for any kind of ultra photorealistic, you know, look. I really am trying to capture the idea of the way that movie poster feels. Wow, this is spattering a lot. Tip dry. And I really need to set aside a night where I can give this airbrush a proper ride in the ultrasonic cleaner. But I'm just keeping you guys in the loop of what's going on and how I'm feeling about things, and I know people's ideas and feels can differ on these, so that's no big deal. I think I thinned it way too much because I'm barely applying pressure to my needle. And I'm going with an extremely light flesh tone on this too. Well, mine is because, like, I didn't properly clean it. So it's given me all kinds of, you know, grief for not doing that. It knows. It'll have a proper clean here after the stream today, I'm thinking. I'll clean out the tub in my ultrasonic cleaner and take this apart, put some good nice soapy stuff in there and let this vibrate for about an hour or two. I've got a backup I can use too if I absolutely need to.
At Jeff Walsma LE1 US said, hey everyone.
Hey Jeff, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. There's a cap. Okay. Flesh tones. So there will be minor detail painting on Altera, but we're not there yet. It's mainly on her face and hair, and I've got to paint her undergarments, which are also gold. She's basically wearing gold Spanx under the outfit.
At Jeff Walsma LE1 US said, I was on you earlier on my channel.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, is this Jeff's trains? I thought I saw an alert for you earlier. I was getting ready to set up myself at that time. No, but I'm on earlier today. Who was that was mentioned that before? That was George. No, I actually got my ass out of bed before 9. So I was able to get my stuff squared away. Really, Rat Pack? Give me 1 second. Okay, log in. Yeah, this is weird. Give me 1 second. Okay. It logged me out, and I was logged in before. Hold on. No. Stop changing. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm logged in right now. Give me a second. I'll put up a fresh link to Kick here for you guys. Is that why you've been having trouble, if anyone's been trying? There, try that link. My page should exist. Who are you trying? Yeah, Aries is here in Kick right now. Sometimes we have issues on Kick. Kick's still in beta, if you think about it. Let me see something else here. Okay, the Dono link works. The Amazon wishlist kit link works. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure this out real quick. Hold on for chat. I can't read or keep up. Okay, just followed. Okay, thank you for the follow on Kick from Rat Pack. Model student found me. Cool. Academy kit does look killer. It's 100 Canada. Which Academy kit? The ambulance, the 998, the 1025, the 9976. Yeah, Rat Pack. The 6-minute wait is because there is a huge issue with bots on Kick that come in and say, follow me and do this, and it's like, no. Yeah, which kit are you looking for, model student? I wish there was a better way to communicate that I'm not putting it out there for everybody to see and someone to snake it on you. The Academy kits you can still find cheap. The newer issues of the Italy Humvees, they've retooled the rims, so they now have rubber tires like the Academy kits. Good rubber tires, not just crappy looking, okay, it's made of rubber, but they look right. Sorry, just cleaning this off so I don't have a bright spot in the middle of the screen. So yeah, check the kit before you buy to make sure you're getting a good one. But Italy, up until very recently, Italy had the plastic wheels. Academy came with good representations of the Wranglers. Not perfect, but passable enough that it didn't matter to me. Tamiya had the Wranglers. Oh, is that the Academy kit? Yeah. That shouldn't be $100. Give me a second. Yeah, I've just got the follow-only chat on Kick, so it keeps the bots down, and I know, like, anyone that's in Kick is legit. And I might have to go get some paper towels from upstairs here in a sec. Okay, so we got Robbie. We got... This kit had spare Robbie parts in it, so I got a couple fuck-ups under me if I have to. Okay. Yeah, give me a second. Do you have Amazon, model student? Nope, you're getting killed on shipping. Do you have Amazon? Because on Amazon... I'm showing an 1151 right now for $24.99 US. That shouldn't be much more for you. I can send you a link to the US search result, see if it works for you in terms of you being able to purchase it. So here's the Amazon link. I bought this same one, so I know it's a legit seller. Might be a big link. Yeah, link is too long. But just go to Amazon, search M1151. Yeah, check your LHS too. It's a pretty recent kit. So that version, that first link for the tires you sent me, those tires are perfect for this one. The ones in the kit aren't terrible. You could build without it. But if you wanted to just give it that little notch up, then these are the tires you'd want. The figures are abysmal. Yeah. But for $24 I couldn't pass it up. Okay, let's get on to Robbie and what I have to finish on him. I need blue. Yeah, I always try Amazon first, and then if I can't find it there, I go eBay. There's also other places like Sprue Brothers, Kit Links, so this only lights up blue when he's talking, but I'm gonna give it that effect. I might airbrush over a lot of it, I don't know. Are those recessed? Damn it. Change of plan. Rethinking. Okay, we're gonna make a light blue. I still have an idea, I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it work. Because if you watch the film, the only character Robbie carries in the entire film is Dr. Ostro, after he sneaks off to have the brain-enhancing thing done. So I'm just going to throw a little light blue into all these lines. And I'll use the dark blue that's in there to kind of give them some variety. And then we'll come back and we'll paint the raised area the gunmetal color, so it matches. And it should pop the light blue a bit better. Yep. The seller should be K-Store Direct. At least that's who it's showing on mine. It's the same exact one, the same exact seller I bought it from, so it's legit. But as far as Kick, if you like to sub on Twitch to support the channel, subs there I believe cost the same, but the turnaround to the streamer is better. Instead of $2.50, I get like $4, something like that. Come on, get down in there. Okay. Better than nothing. I've got to get the basic Robbie done before I can do the poster style painting. Where's the gunmetal? Or am I out? I might be out. I better not be. I thought I had a huge bottle of Tamiya gunmetal. There it is, I think. Aha. Oh, metallic gray will work too. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I think it's the figures that I'm kind of halting on that one. Because I don't know what to do with them. The interior is too good to not have the doors open on that one. That's just, I want to say it's gunmetal, but it could be metallic gray, just airbrushed on. Well, there's also one of Robbie's family members that I might work on. Another robot designed by the same creator. But we'll get to that once I'm done with this. As you can tell, I've kind of been procrastinating on these for quite some time. I almost hate to mess it up with the purple on the legs and stuff, but I really want to give it that look, especially since it comes with this backing piece to go on the base. So it would look weird not having all those colors. There we go. It is one thing I love about Tamiya caps is you can just gently rap on them if you need to, and it'll pop them free. Just every time I've gone to work on this figure in the past, something always came up. That's why it kind of got stalled where it was. A lot of models happen like that for me, where I get started, I'm enthusiastic about it, but then something happens and I get taken away from it, so I lose the initiative on it.
At P-Model Student 20 said procrastination. I have been working on. Grinning face with sweat emoji. The N1151 truck does look really good though. Starstruck emoji.
Yeah, it's one of the better Humvees. I'd be, from what I've experienced so far building it, it'd be safe to say it is better than the Tamiya offering. I may have to make the ambulance Humvee the November build, just because next paycheck I'm gonna have to order wheels for the Stinger, so it'll be right before November, and I don't know how long they're gonna take to get to me. They're coming from a US supplier. Actually, let me look. If I can get them in the month, I can just continue on as normal. Oh yeah, they'd be coming from Virginia, so yeah, I can order them beginning of the month, start on the Stinger one, and have them here and ready to go. But I gotta order 2 sets of them, because I'm also going to be putting the same pattern wheels on the Bushmaster when I do that in January. So right now we're looking at the Stinger Humvee in November, Ambulance in December, and the Bushmaster in January. I want to take a little time and do some research on the Bushmaster one though, because the basic vehicle has been around since the Humvee prototype days. So when the base chassis was still the XM998, and it had the earlier weird prototype hoods, there was a variation of it that had the Bushmaster on top with the green on green summer camouflage. The main difference is the hood. Who is that? Hi, Allie. Yeah, you can stay up there all stream. I'd actually prefer it if you did.
At P-Model Student 20 said the ICM looks like it. The RFM wrap kit I have is very detailed. I'm not confident to start it yet. Afraid I won't be up to doing it justice. Not yet.
As far as the MRAP, take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Don't move on to the next step until you feel like you've gotten it as good as you can. The ICM Humvee, for all intents, looks like it's slightly better than the Italeri one. I want to order one. Problem is, I've already built that version, so if I get one, I won't be building it till at least February, because I'd want to get something like the shelter conversion for it, or something like that. Revell sells one. Well, the Revell Humvee currently is, let's see... Really, Allie? Are we doing this now? Is this a thing we're doing? Come on, computer. So Revell reboxes the baseline roofless one for $43 on Amazon. It's actually cheaper than ICM. But the ICM/Revell kit also reflects a newer one, so it's got the right mirrors, it's got the turn signal, the dashboard's more correct, shifters are more correct, it's actually got gas and brake pedals, it's got most of an engine. You just now got that. Yeah, it's got more engine than the Italeri or Tamiya kits. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, yeah. My camera does not like her fur pattern. Wow, Allie, you are... See, we can't do this. You're breaking the camera. Allie, we love you, girl. Yes, we do. Come on. Come on the chair. There we go. Good girl. She became the meme for a minute. Oh.
At the model student 20 said to his cat. At the model student 20 said rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Oh, give me a second. Oh. Well, when I found her with her brother. And we're gonna, if we had kept both, we're gonna name them Allie and Rex. Rex got adopted. Nobody wanted Allie, though, which is kind of a piss-off, but it is what it is. We still love our little alley cat. For Allosaurus and Tyrannosaurus Rex. So that's how the naming was going to work. What are you... No! Okay, why is this not fitting very well? I know it's going in the right way. And you know what we're gonna do? Remove the pins. Because the pins are where the trouble lies therein. And Geraldine. Sometimes I think when the computer can't pronounce something, it just goes quiet.
At the model student 20 said snip or drill.
Well, the fit on this kit was never precise to begin with. That's good enough for me, though. I don't worry about perfection much anymore, unless I'm planning that from the beginning. Hey, I need you to get down because you're laying on parts that I need. Don't give me the ears. No, don't give me that. Come on. We love you, girl. Come on. There we go.
FB model student 27.
Okay. Yeah, Tom and Jerry to be more formal, yeah. Because what I want to do is I want to paint all these things in here their proper colors, like if you were to see them on screen. And then when I do the head, instead of painting all this in here red like it's got it, I want to mist part of the glass piece with clear red. And maybe some clear purple. No, you can't get on the table. Lie down. No, girl. Either lie down or get down. It's your choice. Anyway. And she chose to get down.
Model student 20 said cool.
So, but I hope if I do the purple and red on the clear piece, it can kind of go along the body with the purple I put on there. And some of the red that I bring into that. We're kind of going into odd territory here. We're talking some abstract art thinking stuff here. But this is also one of round two's earlier kits. And I think it actually started off as part of the Jimmy Flintstone range. I could be wrong. Where it came with the arms, legs, and the Altera figure to retrofit the standard Robbie plastic kit into the movie poster version. A little bit of glue. Little bit of glue. Those are silver. Aluminum will do. Or aluminium, I should say. Let me get some more music going and I'll take my first stand up and move around break too. And I will be right back.
At the model student 20 said eyes emoji. My eyes were wondering and thinking face emoji. Was your pulse rifle a file or a kit?
So that pulse rifle is fully functional, for lack of a better term. It's airsoft, but it works. Even the rounds counter works. There's a little, there's a sensor right at the end of the barrel that senses the BBs as they go by, and that in turn counts it down. Yeah, one thing I would say, if they were to redesign this kit today, because really they meant to make it in the old style of Aurora, you know, a lot of not too many parts. I would have made these clear pieces separate so they could be glued on easier. Instead of making them parts of this, you have to clean them up, mask them off. But it is what it is. Kind of glad I have two clear domes for this kit, in case I do mess up the first one with the clear red. This is going to be fun. So this goes like that. Okay. The problem is, I'm probably gonna have to use the other sprue because the pieces that go from these holes to here are slightly different. It might just be a case of some are longer than others. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry about the wait. It's just an anti-bot measure. You set it too short and they're still able to type something because they might have a delay built in themselves, but I found that 6 minutes was actually one of the best lengths of time that I could go that didn't seem inconvenient, you know? But all the same donation links and things like that are up here as they are on Twitch. We like them when they're like this. We don't like them when they're asking us to follow their OnlyFans and to go on to their Discords and this and that. Another kit I would like to find, which I know will probably be like finding a needle in a haystack right now, is the Horizon Vinyl Terminator 2 Hunter Killer. There was a plastic kit done, but I feel it's too small. Come on, line up. You're almost in the hole. Come on, Billy. There we go. And yes, these pieces are supposed to be clear. I checked with the real thing. The original costume does still exist. Okay. But I'm glad you're still out there, Rat Pack. I was even wondering what was going on with you. I was going to message you a couple weeks back, but literally the day after I'd thought about it, you came into the stream. So, you gotta love it when people are psychic like that. That. I might give these bits a slight wash of black just to pop the details and the curls on them. But they're essentially supposed to be clear. Let's see how that works. Where did it go? There it is. But I am glad everybody's here. Old faces and new. Yeah, I like how that looks on there. It just pops out the curlicue in the clear part of it better. And if I can get the clear red to lay down right, it will still be visible under that. Hi, no, Allie. I see you looking at the desk. You can't jump up. No. She's being a little pain in the ass today, isn't she? But I'm sorry, my cats are free to roam wherever they like in our house. I have an idea. But I'll have to wait till after I do the fake lighting. That should be almost instant. Are you doing the two-factor authentication?
At the model student 20 said mine go in and out at will.
Yeah. We only have one outdoor cat. mainly because we don't see her as a failure on our part. But when we adopted her, we were told she was part of a lot of kittens that were part of a hoarding situation and that she didn't have a lot of human contact. And for a little while, it seemed like she was turning around and becoming more friendly towards us. And then it's like a switch went off in the back of her head, and then nothing. So she wasn't feral to the point where she was screeching at us and howling and scratching, but we could tell she wasn't comfortable with us. Ever since we put her out in the backyard, she hasn't left the yard. She's got her own little territory established. Her head's up, her fur is up, you know, just she seems more happy and content. So we're happy to leave her out there. We got food and water. We're getting a heated cat thing probably next week for her. So she'll be fine out there, we think. You know, we thought we got her young enough, but we didn't. We got her years ago though. And all like the Jackson Galaxy type of stuff that we tried, none of it worked. She just doesn't want a human. Okay, so we're gonna work towards this yellow. But we're gonna start with more of a... Okay, where is it? Yeah, we'll start with an English khaki, work up to this, and then highlight with yellow. Alright. Sorry, trying to get her hair kind of figured out in my head. I say the airbrushed gold turned out really well with the copper undercoat. If I can get this done tonight, this might make a good short. I might have to watch this tonight, too. I bought the Blu-ray. And this is one of those films you can't get tired of watching. And it's funny how, you know, everybody talks about how the uniforms and Robbie were recycled for other films in the 50s, Twilight Zone episodes, things like that. Did you know the monster from the id was recycled for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? The design of the monster from the id, when it appears in the laser fence, was reused in one of the Ninja Turtles episodes with Baxter Stockman in the sewer. I remember watching that as a kid going, wait a fucking minute. I've seen that. And they designed this kit well, too. Like, you look at Robbie, and you see that weird shit coming off of his arm, and you think, well, what the hell am I going to do about that? It's actually covered by her hair. And the Lost in Space robot comes with Dr. Smith. To the underside of her hair, just in case there's a gap that shows. There shouldn't be. I didn't notice one when I was test assembling everything, but I'm just being safe. And I think my washing machine's about to go unbalanced. And I'm dropping everything.
The model student 20 just followed.
And thank you for the follow on Kick, model student. It'll still be about 6 minutes until you can say anything on there. Like I said, it's just a measure against the bots, and it seems to be working. I was wondering why it went so quiet. But depending on Twitch's response to everything that's been going on, and things happening, I am probably going to make a January deadline for anyone who still follows me on Twitch to come over to Kick, if they're not already there. Like I said, she's wearing gold Spanx apparently too in the poster. This is going to take a couple coats though. I'm using the airbrush gold, and it doesn't like to go on well, even after shaking. Most of their other airbrush paints you can still brush paint for the most part. This will just take a couple layers. Let's test. Alright, I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. I don't want to do the whole dome red, but I think if I dominate one side, because you've got purple here on his arm. No worries. So, with the purple being predominantly on the left side of the character, I think I'll keep the red mainly here as well. And then maybe an outline of purple. So I've got two domes. I want to play with one first and see what happens. I just hope I have enough clear red. I should. It doesn't take a lot to do this. See, I'm thinking just like blow the dust off of it. If I can get it to work. Because the thing about these clear paints is, like you noticed, they don't like to level out very well. I've got this one cut with a bit of Tamiya lacquer thinner, which does help. You can't just thin them with Windex or water. The clear paints you kind of have to shoot with a bit of lacquer thinner in them. Especially if they have a retardant in them, like Mr. Leveling Thinner. That'll get them to go on clearer. And I won't glue this on till last, so as I'm painting the figure I can see how it works. And if I need to try another one, do something different, I have the second one. No, I didn't buy two, just this kit happened to come with one. Still a couple more things to do on Robbie before I start with the mood effects, for lack of a better term. And I might be able to shoot this with some gloss once it's dry to level out everything, and that might get the red to behave a lot more. If it'll clean out a brush, you know, but I use their lacquer thinner. And if you're really wanting to try something and make it work, instead of going with the Tamiya clears, which can be troublesome, mix a couple drops of food coloring in your future. I just wanted to give time for a lot of this to dry and settle. Yeah, I like how that looks now.
At the model student 20 study food in future.
Food coloring, not food. So we need to add his little mixer things here. One's silver, one's gold, I know that. They're all chrome though. All the rest of the parts are chrome and I hate that. So 34 and 35. I think this is the one that stays silver. I might actually hit this up with just some aluminum, because I don't recall them being chrome on the robot. It is not. And the chrome didn't chrome well. You can see it didn't get down in there. Not only is that Battlestar, that's fan-made Battlestar. It's not even real. Which is a shame. Okay. So, I really hate scraping chrome. I'm just going to throw a dot of super glue in there and shove this right down the middle. It's not like it's an external part on a car model, so it's not going to fall off easily. There we go. I also have the large walking and talking Robbie that you could get at Walmart for like 20 bucks way back in the day. If you couldn't tell, Fifth Element was, or not Fifth Element, Fifth Element 2, but Forbidden Planet was one of my favorite films. Paint this in place on the figure, because I'm not fighting with that either. Now, I think the 2003 Battlestar was episodic done right. They had everything kind of... They knew what they needed to do. They didn't try and make it last longer than it should have. No, I'm not a fan of the 70s one, personally. It's kind of meh. The new one, yeah, it did get depressing, but at the same time, it felt right. Like, you're the last ones alive. You're in the middle of space with nothing to do and nowhere to go. Season 3 really captured that after they left New Caprica. It gave you that feeling. And then Season 4, once everybody had their plan to work with and knew what they were doing, where they were going, you know, once everything coalesced, it just started moving. And if you didn't tear up at the last jump of the Galactica, you're not human. Okay. Now I need these spinny ball things. Probably the only time you're going to hear me say this for this, but I wish this had a photo etch kit for these parts. I think one does exist, I'm just not going to hunt it down. Not for this. See, where the new Galactica got depressing, the old original Galactica got hokey. And I'd rather have a little bit of slow but serious story like that than absolute cheese like that. There's a balance I like, and neither of those really have it. But if I was to pick one or the other, it's what they did in the new one. Well, you're probably not wrong. That third season is a tough one to get through. But once you get through it, it picks back up.
At Jeff Wall's LC1, I said I thought that would be a good thing to put on my layout.
What? You thought what would be a good thing to put on your layout? I'm lost! Don't confuse me. I'm old. Speaking of Galactica, where did I put her? I can't remember if she's back in a display case or not. Oh, she's up there. I'll have to show you guys something in a second. Working outside of camera again, sorry. I don't know how long I've been doing that for. Yell at me next time.
At the model student 20 said it's the member berries for me for sure, the old one. At Jeff Walls LZ1 I said that's too corny for me. I watched a couple of episodes a few weeks ago and thought I was too corny seeing it. Watched it as a kid. Lol. At the model student 20 said new show.
Well, I just hope it doesn't turn into a show and jealous. Not because of the work that I did, but because of a specific marking on it. Okay, this is not working out. What the hell is going on? Because I'm doing it wrong. There, that's how I'm supposed to do it. Derp. We'll give that a second to set up.
At Jeff Walls LZ1 I said some of the 1960s and 1970s stuff as well. Let's just say I don't know how I even watched that crap. At the model student 20 said porn parts.
Yeah, that's why I'm just hitting them with super glue, and they're going to be inside that head, so I'm not really concerned if I get them perfect. Even though Revell, when they re-released their 87 Firebird GTA kit in 16th scale, did the smart thing. There's no chrome in it. Later, Jeff. Yeah, we're coming up on second break here soon, too. I'll probably get a snack then myself. But when we're done with second break, we'll come back to a little bit of show and tell. But let's just say the only thing better would be if I could get William Shatner to sign one of my Enterprise models.
At B model student 2678 Buck Rogers face turquoise covering eye.
To be fair, Buck Rogers always was campy. But I'll see your Buck Rogers and raise you an 80s Flash Gordon.
At B model student 20 said dog walk back in 20.
Okay. Now that fiddliness is over. There's going to be more fiddliness on the outside. Ugh. But yeah, I'll take my little break here. Everybody take a break. We're going to take like a 15-minute break. Let everybody get done with their dog walks and their snacks, and we'll be right back. I'll probably be back sooner than 15, but we'll see. I'm going to run upstairs and see what's going on up there. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Gonna do some hair work, I think. Or at least try to. I think the music's probably going to be over shortly too. Oh no, we still got a good half hour. Okay. Okay, I don't like what this brush is doing. There, that one's actually keeping a point. Again, not trying to keep any kind of perfect representation of hair, but more like we're painting the idea given in the movie poster. The other issue we're fighting with is the movie poster is from a singular angle. So we kind of have to extract and interpret how other things might look based on that. So I hope I'm able to do something right. I want to try dry brushing, see if it'll speed this up a little bit. I forgot to grab a roll of toilet paper, paper towels. Okay, that's working in my favor. Boing! Go a little lighter with the straight middle stone color. Broader terms, but not as broad. So what did everybody else do this weekend? I had to work. My next stream day will be Friday. Don't know what next week's bringing yet. But we'll know that come as soon as Friday happens, we'll know that. But just trying to keep y'all in the loop as best I can. Now I'm gonna throw in a bit of mission models. Heavy equipment yellow. Just to bring the blonde out a tad sharper like it is in the picture. With this, we're going to take almost all of it off the brush. Just do kind of through here. I guess what I'm aiming for is more of a painted movie poster look. Which, duh, that's what it is. So yeah, that's hitting that just about right. Yeah, Robbie's together there. Let me get his remaining exterior parts on, then we can start shooting some purple on him. I almost want to start with the blue-violet, and that way I can work towards this on the edge, add a little red to this, and pop it down into the red range for the center. We'll see how this works out. I might just be shooting myself in the foot and destroying a model, but we can always strip it down. Don't forget that any model you screw up on, there might come a point where you feel like, okay, I'm just going to throw this out and restart. That's your prerogative. But just remember, almost any flub can be stripped and repainted. Ear itchies. Granted, there are some instances where you just gotta say, you know what, forget it, destroy the model, get a new one, start over. But not every mistake has to end in that. We'll see how big a mistake this is gonna be. Because when this is done, the model will only really be visible, or not visible, you can look at it from any angle. It'll only work from the front, like, kind of like some of those non-metal metallic finishes. They only look great from specific angles. Other angles, because of the way the paint lies and the way the angle is, the effect kind of falls apart. I'm going to try and make it so the effect makes sense when viewed from other angles, but it's basically going to be only viewable from the front. And seeing the backing I'm going to be putting on the stand, it may actually work out okay. Okay, this one goes in there, but like that. And yes, you could even say if it wasn't for Robbie, you wouldn't have the robots in Fallout, because the idea in his design did carry over to that. Gonna let that set and dry for a minute. Meanwhile, I'm gonna touch up some rust here, start picking out some rocks in dark gray. Go. And I might be able to pop it a bit more after everything's assembled, because I've got purple washes, red washes, and black washes that I can kind of go in and, like, say when I bring the purple up over the fingers, if it's still light enough, I could run the dark purple wash through the lines in the hand and around pieces just to pop that a bit more, kind of like an outlining. So it won't be as flat. There will be a lot of brushwork involved after the initial airbrushing. Maybe even some sponge work. I don't know. I'm trying to hold off on starting another Humvee till November. I'll try this one for a little bit. If it weren't for the stupid copyright laws, I'd be playing the soundtrack for this film. I've got it on my computer. And one of these days, I really need to get back onto the Galileo shuttle and finish that up. There's so many things I've got to do. I did get the lights figured out in it. I need to order more wall warts. There goes my tinnitus again. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. Alright, here we go. I actually need to get the movie poster visible to keep me from going too far astray. Here's the other thing, though. Should I use dark grays and blacks to kind of bring this in, or leave it the gunmetal color? Because I think without an actual dedicated light source, this won't work very well. I might be able to come in with some black and kind of comic shade it, I think. We'll play around and see. What is that? I think we'll bring a little of the purple inside the head, too. Up onto the rings. And around this side. Yeah, it definitely needs a contrast to work right. So... I'm gonna go out really far on a limb. We're gonna do some false shadow and false contrast. Using black-gray. bringing a little more of the movie poster look into it. The reason being, without this sharp contrast, when I bring the red in, it won't pop like it's supposed to. And we can do brushwork after the fact to really kind of bring a lot more of it to life as well. That's starting to come out more. I think the gunmetal being under it all helps a little bit, because it just helps to remind you that the character is metallic. And I don't want to cover all that up, but we're going to be... We might come back and dry brush some on. But we're going to be throwing some shade on this, I think. Tell me what you think. Not completely off my rocker, I think. Tone down the chrome a little bit too. And again, the back side of them will be up against that card for the backdrop anyway. Okay. Alright, I have a plan. A plan is forming. I have one. I don't know if it's a good one, but I have one. I'm just trying not to lay it down on fresh paint on the back. Alright, so I've laid down the mid purple, black. Gonna get regular purple out, throw that on there. No, I want to bring the red into it first. So we're gonna mix up a slightly redder version. What the hell? Of the blue-violet. I almost think I should carry the blue-violet around to the side more first. Broaden that out, because it looks like a lot of it's coming from this direction. Because typically when I paint a figure, I don't paint it with directional light in mind. I paint it with a halo light. And then the directional light fills in the rest when you view it. But in this circumstance, I'm having to paint the light. now that we got the darker color in, let me do this. I'm just gonna do this. Since we've established the direction that the purple's coming from, the airbrush is the light. There. And I just got a fingerprint on that. Wonderful. We'll be able to touch it up. But give me a second to go get some fresh paper towels, or else that'll continue. And then we'll mix up the red-violet. Or... that almost seems to be a match for the next tone. More like a rose, yeah. Okay, we don't want straight red. Alright, I have yet another bad idea. We'll see. Let me clean this out, and then we'll get the paper towels, and then we'll get the I'm almost thinking sponge, because I want that rough look. I have to do a test. I want to do a brush test, so I might outline some lines on it with it. I have an idea. It may or may not work. I'm kind of throwing shit at the model to see what sticks. Sometimes. Hey, George. Well, it's not metallic anymore. We're kind of throwing things at it. What are you talking about? I use this all the time and it sticks just fine. Or are you talking about throwing shit at the wall? Yeah, I haven't used predominantly enamel since the 90s. But I'll be right back. I need paper towels. Pause again.
nice to Neo, which are kinda different.
Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to match what I see on the box art for the movie poster in terms of the different color gradients. So with that, they call it red, it's more of a rose color, but I want to check it against what I've got here and see if it contrasts the right way or the wrong way. Kind of the right way, but not intense enough. Not bright enough. Yeah, that's going the wrong way. But it's a big but it might work. If I can get it open. My arthritis has been killing me these past couple weeks. It might be the right color to add to this. And if it works, then I can sponge it. Highlight area here. Yeah, I like that. Let's see how it dries. And my sponge is over here. Aha! Yeah, it's drying the right direction. Like I said, we're gonna kinda just throw stuff at it until it mimics the movie poster kinda okay. This might take a couple layers of this color. Because the base color is too light. It's just a light version of the color I put down. But you throw a touch of that dark red into it, and it turns into something closer to what's on the box art, which is what I want. If I can stay out of that, which that just fucked everything up. Okay. Give me a sec. I thought I had the room. I don't.
Student 20 said that's looking.
Yeah, you can kind of see it through there, how it's turning it more to the red.
Georgia Davis 7629 said I find most model paints fine, but after a while if you're touching it or using masking tape, water-based acrylic starts to flake off.
If you don't let it dry thoroughly, yeah, that happens, but if you give it a day to dry, or you just don't care, then it works out okay.
Student 20 said sometimes under duress they can fail.
But unfortunately, aside from Tamiya, which they're impossible to get in the States, or testers who are essentially gone, nobody else is really pumping out enamels anymore. And I'm not about to go down that rabbit hole of finding ones that work. And then you got other companies that are pumping out lacquers, but every time a good lacquer comes around, it gets stopped at the border because of one wrong label. So I go with whatever works for me.
Student 20 said I call mine fails, withering, face with rolling eyes and ridging. Student 20 said it's hard to get good paints in Canada.
That's why I stuck with Vallejo for the most part, since I kind of had to redo a lot of my paints. They've been the overall most consistent. Tamiya has been too, but there's been supply issues with them. I've got to redo the black there because my sponge got out of control. Another model that might be coming up soon on the channel, depending on when the files are available. The District 9 prawn suit. Somebody's finally doing that really nicely.
Georgia Davis 7629 said they just ran Mr. Color over their lip.
I know, but that's why I never got into the Mr. Color bandwagon to begin with, because I knew that for what we were getting, like through Hobby Lobby, somebody was going to be like, well, it doesn't meet this statute for California, so we're not going to import it anymore.
So that's my new go-to paint.
Same shit happened with Tamiya back in 2006 or 7.
And he said, oh, ooh, really? That is a sick design.
So I can still get it off of Amazon, so I'll just keep getting it that way. So seeing the predominant color palette here, I don't think that's going to work anymore. I'm not able to get the red to pop out like I want to. I don't think I have the right tone. I don't have the right crimson. I'll have to do some careful mixing to see what I can do.
7629 said hopefully they can just tweak the recipe.
It's not the recipe, it's the labeling. Kind of like how Tamiya had that big...
7629 said it looks cool.
how Tamiya had the Carbon 65 thing.
29 said it's good.
That's kind of what they're going through on that.
He said their Minister Hobby Surfacers I like paint are nice as well. Pretty close to Demure.
So I think it's more of a labeling issue than it is what's in it. They're just not properly labeled for US distribution. I mean, here's what we're trying to go for. It's this really intense, almost pink color that I can't nail. I might do some offline tweaking, I don't know. Because I know it's not straight pink. It might be, though.
FB Model Student 20 said our regulatory commissions here in Canada are too obscene. At least we're kept safe. Green face it's ready Midget. At Georgia Davis 76.
That's kind of what I'm working at, George. I'm seeing how it looks compared to what I've been doing. Because it's not red. It's not this as the core. That's too bright, but I might have to add some. I want to get the brightness there first. And then throw the red in to see if that'll knock it up in terms of the intensity. That almost looks like it. My camera washes things out a lot too, so please forgive it. Yeah, I think that nailed it. It's a tad brighter than what's in the box, but we're trying to go from a 2D image to a 3D anyway. Let me do one thing though. God damn itchy nose. So we're still kind of going for more of a... I mean, I'm trying to go for more of a painted look like the poster, but not exactly. But if I gotta do it that way, I gotta do it that way. It's giving me the stark contrast I need for the colors I've got, because I'm not going as dark as the poster. Let's play with it a little bit and see where it goes. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. What's under it still works for it too. Thank you for suggesting that, George. I was thinking to add a little red to it, too. I just couldn't figure out how. Okay. Yeah, I like what that's doing a bit more. It's not exactly the same, but it's close enough. It's good enough for me. Oh yeah, that's part of why I like doing it. Thank you, George, for helping unlock that, sending my brain in a different thought direction. Like I said, it's not exactly like it, but it's enough like it. And it might dry down dark enough, yeah. I'll have to touch that up with the airbrush a bit, where it's misted. Yeah, that did it. On CG Trader, it was on Figure Painter International. There's a guy on CG Trader called Dat Extra Guy. He's working the files up right now. It's not out yet, but it will be soon. Bring this around over here a little bit too, since you'll be able to see the side. And I'm having to interpret what the hell's going on over here with the light. So yeah, once it's in front of the backdrop, if I get the right lighting, it should look okay. Might be one of those models we revisit at a later date too.
Model Student 20 said I'll keep an eye out. That's bending the light into it.
Yeah, I don't like the red though. I'm gonna go with a different way on this one. I think I've got some purple ink that I can brush over the clear part just to... No, it is red though. Maybe don't go as intense. Keep it more...
Student 20 said starstruck emoji.
Maybe take the other one and just mist it. I can strip it down with Windex if I need to. But I think we'll take the other one and barely mist it with red. Let's see what that does. But we're definitely carrying these highlights up into everything else. This color nailed it. It nailed it close enough for me. Mr. Nobody Then Nothingness, thank you for the follow. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. I might actually take the royal purple and come back in with it. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we're going for a 50s movie poster kind of look here. So it's going to be kind of stark and odd. And it's the first time I've tried something like this myself, so I'm playing it by ear.
The model student 20 said, hey, I can message here now too soon.
Yep. Yeah, I've got Kick on a 6-minute cooldown for any new followers because of bots, so... I just got tired of the, hey, I like your stream. Follow me on Discord. No, it doesn't work that way, sorry. In the poster, this plate looks like it's just all black, probably to enhance the menacing effect, but I'm taking some artistic liberty there.
Nothingness said, did you make the model yourself?
No, it's the old Polar Lights kit. I built it and painted it, but I didn't make it in terms of parts. We do have some prints coming up that we're going to be working on, though. Ow. Okay. Let me fix this. And then I'll do some tests with the purple mixes I've got here, because I'm trying to remember if one of these was purple ink in future or if it was something else. But I've got some mixes I can work with. But I want to touch up where I screwed up that. Yeah, that's getting me the rough look that I want. It's a little more on the pink side of things than I wanted, but I can live with it. Let's see here. Knocked up the saturation of it. That's a bit more what it looks like on my desk. See, I think if I knocked down what I did with the clear red, if I missed it more instead of trying to completely color it, and kind of let the light moving through it work. Because I think that's where I went wrong for one, is I went too dark. I went too solid with the red. That's what I hope. So here's... That's the backing for the display base. I might even pop out my light grays and start throwing some on the opposite side just to balance it. Yeah, this definitely took a weird sideways turn from how it looked, what, yeah, almost 3.5 hours ago. No, this is a plastic model kit. It's not a resin print.
Nothingness said all my apologies.
Just give me 1 second, getting some stuff figured out here. Alright, so we know that solid red isn't going to work. I may still be able to salvage this. If I can get this open. I think this is my future and clear mix. I've got 2 mixes. I didn't mark them. One's future and clear. One is flat coat and clear purple. Or one's future and purple, one's flat coat and purple. Obviously one dries to a flat finish, the other one dries to a gloss finish. So I'm going to paint this on here. See what it dries to real quick. And if it dries shiny and clear, then I'll know it's the right one to mist over the glass. And then I can come back with the red and do something with that. And if I screw up 2 of them, well, I know how to strip plastic pretty well. I think that's it. Okay, so gloss. I'm going to thin it even more. By adding just a touch of it to the clear gloss. Then mix that together. Because I made this up to tint the warp engine lights on my Enterprise and Reliant models. Okay, and then that can be thinned down to flow better. Doing mystical paint mixing in my cup here. There we go. Now we're going to give this just a hint. There we go. And then I'm going to put just a hint of red over here once that dries. That's more how the red should have been. That intensity, not as solid as I got it before.
Nothing is said. Good luck with it, man. It's turning out really good, but I gotta go. Bye.
Have a good one. Thanks for joining. Yep, and that's drying nice and clear too. So I forget what the original clear I used was, but I mixed that with Createx clear. That is laying down nicely. Now, another stupid idea. Go back and just miss this right there. Alright, Aris. Wow, why did I think it was later in the day than only 2:30? We might make this a bit longer stream. Probably because everybody went quiet. But we are getting close to 3.5 hours. I want to at least get the red on the dome before I shut down. Because then I'll just need to let it dry a few hours. This will probably be the next short for tonight. I have a feeling it'll be done enough. It won't be the... I don't know how I'm going to do... I don't know how I'm going to make this a short. I'm definitely going to have to work on some weird camera angles. Because I can't put it on the rotisserie. Because if it rotates, half of it's going to be seeing that. Ah, come on. Okay. Now let's see if I can get this to go on as thin as I got the purple. I just need a hint of that red, not total tint. I think that's it. That's as much as I can do. Anything more, that'll be too dark. Probably give it a coating of the Createx Clear just to blend it all together. And give it a nice even sheen on the outside. Because you can see where the overspray is kind of frosted right there. But I think we got it. I think we nailed it. We nailed it as good as I'm going to do. I let enough of the original robot stand out in terms of like the chrome and crap. And then you got the movie poster effect over there. Once everything's in place, it ought to look right. Did I just put... I did. I'll have to fix that again. Sometimes you gotta throw crap at the wall and see what sticks. It's also getting near my lunchtime too. What am I saying? It is my lunchtime. I've just been pushing myself a little too hard. So depending on how things go this week, Friday's stream will probably be the painting and assembly of this character. Come here. Get on my hand. No. Okay. This ought to level out and tie together the two colors and their overspray. There we go. Let that dry. So yeah, keep an eye out later this evening for a new short. It'll probably be Robbie the Robot. It's just a couple little details I've got to throw together here and there. Some panel line accents, a couple small details on Altera, but that's piddly little off-stream stuff. Nothing really educational there, I'm afraid. But I want to have some lunch, watch a movie, probably this movie, and yeah, get a little bit of me time on my day off too. But thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to keep an eye on the Twitch situation, see what's going on and how they're handling some of these situations that are popping up. But we're probably looking at January 1st turning off Twitch and going completely Kick or YouTube. And we'll see if there's another thing I could pick up to stream on in there. Maybe Facebook. I don't know. I don't think I want Facebook. I don't want too many people on there. That's you want negativity to come into your work. Post your shit on Facebook. But yeah, I'll be on again. Friday is our next scheduled day. It's possible I could be on earlier, but we'll have to see how I feel during the week. I don't know what the hell hit me on Friday, but it knocked me flat. But thanks again for everybody for watching. Thanks to Rat Pack Norway for the resub on Twitch. Thanks for the follows